Greetings and welcome to DieDragonDie Presents the Legends Campaign, episode 22. I'm joined by my friends and cohorts of Confusion, Adam and Mark. We're still waiting for Ahmed and John to dial in. I think Ahmed is in a hotel room somewhere on a family vacation, and I think it's nighty-night time for the little kids, so that's probably what he's...
That is dedication.
That's dedication. Yeah, he told us last night that he picked the hotel because he knew it had good internet. So that's awesome. And I don't know where John is. I'm going to send him a text though. One of the fun things that I did this week was I hacked up our IRC die roller to connect to the Twitch chat. So viewers and ourselves can all do die rolling in the chat. So why don't we tonight try to do die rolling in the chat? It might be a little bit weird because it's like a few seconds behind for some people viewing, but let's just try it out and see how it goes. I'll keep Modron running just in case it starts to get too confusing because the chat can get really busy. And then if you want the audience to make a roll for you, just go ahead and ask them, I guess, and we'll see how this goes.
Ask them in the chat because of the stream delay. Otherwise, it'll be a while.
Yeah. Now, I was more curious to see whether I could do it because essentially the chat in Twitch is an IRC chat, and we're using an IRC bot. I'm like, okay, maybe I can hack this so it actually works. Now I don't know how. I don't know how it's gonna work yet, so we'll have a little bit of fun with that.
I only got 5 by the ass, Marty. I've only got 5 by the ass.
Yeah, exactly. Or you could roll things for the DM and that sort of thing. But we'll have to get used to kind of asking for die rolls in the chat because of the delay. We'll have fun doing that. And if it doesn't work, well, then we'll go back to we'll go back to normal. But the die roller will be there for you guys to play with. So don't be afraid. You're not going to break anything if you roll a few dice. My favorite dice to roll is this one. It always comes up 1.
That one's good too.
That one's good too. 1d0. Ah, damn it! Infinity. Divide by infinity. No. Okay, so I'm just gonna ping John, and then we'll do a recap of last game, and then we'll start playing because I know the guys are on their way.
So, yeah, the syntax is pretty interesting of the die roller. You put a number sign to separate something that you want rolled multiples. Let's say you have a bunch of attack rolls, or it's good for the DM. 8 monsters. Shit. 8 monsters with a reflex save of +5. Shiratsu. Yeah, so this is just sort of it's the same die roller we've been using in the IRC, but just jammed into the chat.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like. That's pretty neat.
Oh my goodness! Look at this. Are you wandering the halls of a hotel room right now? Is that?
Yeah.
Or the? Oh, you're in a hotel room. Okay.
It was the family.
Nice, swanky place, man.
Pretty good room. Yeah. What the? What damn expensive! I was gonna say, are you having a deal with making a deal with Tony Montana there? Jesus.
This hotel room is bigger than my first apartment.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's bigger than the first house that I had a room in.
It's bigger than my in my current apartment. So.
Yeah. My house is bigger than that.
Visit this place?
Seattle's
That's
very
really
expensive.
nice. Mont Tremblant is really nice.
So I go to Mont Tremblant 2 or 3 times a year with my waifu. But we don't. That part of Mont Tremblant is very expensive, and the food is kind of ass. But
You're smuggling coke and
Crazy Drago just asked, Mythic Sonics yet?
No, Crazy Drago.
Yes.
Kindly eat a flaming bowl of dog shit.
No.
Kindly, with all of the love.
We will be introducing Mythic Psionics at least by the time we're playing evil Mythic characters.
No.
Because I really want to.
No.
Oh yes. Oh
I
yes.
just want it not to exist ever. Can we just make it not exist?
Well, see,
I was thinking.
Adam doesn't want it to exist because he dump statted his charisma, and there are powers that basically do charisma damage. So he's worried about being one or two shot by mythic
One
Eagle
shot.
or something like that.
One shot by a
eagle
second
hit.
circle spell. Boom! Second circle spell. Ah, motherfucker. Dead. You're in a coma, and now they're doing things to you.
Wonderful things.
But the book is
you're dreaming
within,
of
the book
Warm
is within
Springs.
reach, though. So that should be a very, it's in the stack of books that I've got kind of currently off the shelf.
In the evil campaign, our goal will be to exterminate psionics from the multiverse.
Sure.
No, it will not. Don't be silly.
Oh, John, we're gonna try die rolling in the Twitch chat. That's something I got working.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And
awesome.
then other people can do die rolling for us, which is kind of neat.
I don't like that idea.
There's no touch. It's just a program. It's even less. The pseudo randomness is even more pseudo random than the.
But there's something about
dies.
you hitting that enter button.
I know there is.
Yep.
Like that's like you did it. You have the power.
Yes.
In reality, we have no. It's all the DM.
It's just like reality, where really no, you have nothing. You have nothing.
Oh God, we live in a
You are
deterministic
nothing.
Newtonian universe. What is this
Alright.
crap?
For a game where we didn't think we're gonna have the full house, it's nice to see everyone here. So
I'm gonna
very
try
cool.
to connect to matches.
How was everyone's
'cause
week?
That's the one thing I didn't try.
It was alright.
Back to work for you, Mark, after
Started.
your vacation.
Yeah.
That's always rough.
Been yeah. It's been 2 weeks now. Has it 2 weeks? Yeah, 2 weeks now.
It's the second week back.
Adam, how about you, man?
Yeah.
Not too bad. My father-in-law, I stuck him on a plane and sent him back to Channer.
Did you take that? Did you take that sign off him? Please return back to your address.
You've lost
That would be really.
He might.
There'll be this big box on my driveway. I'll open it up. He'll be
6
in there
weeks
in a chair
later.
eating a bowl of noodles.
Hello, son-in-law.
So that went all right.
Yep.
And then work's been busy, and there's a squirrel that has become the company mascot. And when somebody runs over it in the driveway, there's going to be tears from full-grown men from like Eastern Europe, and ironic and humorous all at the same time. Yeah. Squirrel's cute as hell, but you shouldn't be playing with
So
it 'cause-
basically, a bunch of engineers that distract themselves by saying, "Look, hey, look, a squirrel," and there's actually a squirrel.
Squirrel! Well, no, right now they're at the point where this squirrel will crawl up your leg and into your hand
Oh,
for
cute.
getting a pet.
And give you the plagues.
Technically, it's a rat.
Yeah.
It's a rodent. It's a rodentia, or whatever the hell the phylum is.
So if the bubonic plague starts in Canada, we know why.
Had
All right.
nothing to do with it.
Bunch of engineers didn't have the good common sense not to feed wild animals.
Right. John, how was your week?
It's not the
I'm
feeding
in that
I'm worried about, it's the other
horrible
stuff.
vampire sleep schedule where I fall asleep at like 9 o'clock in the morning and wake up at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
So this is morning for you. So you're gonna be fresh.
This is morning for me.
Fresh and awake. That's awesome. Aside from that's a miserable cycle to be.
It
on.
is. It's
Yeah.
horrible, but it's just if I don't have something to do during the day, it's just what happens to me.
Yep.
Guys, is my connection really slow?
Nope. You're full bars, man. You're full bars. Oh, now you're low bars. How was your week?
Come on,
Ahmed?
buddy, come here.
Well, you're on vacation.
No, it's all
so
right.
Yep.
You're on vacation in Tony Montana's penthouse, so.
Get out of here, Tony.
All right. So let's do
Say
it.
hello to me, little
Let's
Be
do
friend.
some
nice to your children, or your cocaine
Yeah,
mules.
this is
as
my
they
this is
clearly
my
are.
Let's
this
do
is
some
my
recap.
youngest here.
Hello.
Hello.
He's like, who are these guys?
Hello.
He's like, nice beards.
Ahmed, does he know you smuggle cocaine in his diaper, or no?
He just likes the numb bum.
Keep it on the
Just
down
likes
low.
the
Digital
numb bum.
lines.
Down.
All right.
I
Vine the
know.
19th through Ivy the 10th, the Heroes of Aegis rest, train, and research spells. Both Lemio and Sir Galeth research a spell called Diagnose Disease. Oberon, Ukr, and Lokrik do some minor crafting. Ukr's harnesses are ready for 3 large animals. Lemio blesses the fields around Runeshod, increasing their crop yield. Azildan feeds the poor with spells and silver coins. Uker helps build a house. Oberon shares the results about the draconic orb. The orb acts as a semi-autonomous arcane eye, presumably for the gold dragon. It contains a red gold dragon unhatched creature inside. Some sort of like deformed hybrid that was hooked up to the magical machinery. This does suggest, however, that arcane eye can be cast through the Ring of the Gods, whereas other gates spells don't cross the threshold.
Okay.
This is like a huge, like Oberon thinks this is a huge discovery. You know, of course he's kind of like a geeky nerd of magic, so you guys may not quite get it. Lemio questions bodies of the diseased Raven and Viana the Witch, and learns the name of the coven member of Viana's, named Anger Bodki. She serves a patron called Gullscap. The Raven says the mother of monsters lives in a lakeside cave to the east where it died. Ivy the 11th through the 13th, more refugees enter Runeshod. Lemio spends his time flying back and forth between Runeshod and Kaloge, dispensing healing, feeding the hungry, and detecting the disease. He detects that 8 people from the village have been cursed with lycanthropy. Lemio speaks to the visiting priestesses from Snowshoe Mountain Lodge that came down out of the mountain to assist the villagers. They were guarded by a half-Jotun warrior named Grinhilder. Lemio detects lycanthropy. Actually, I already just said that. Okay. Uker, Lokrik, and Gallus spend time cleaning out the bottom of the Moaning Well, ready for Uker's upcoming transformation. And,
Marty, your
Yes.
camera is unavailable on Twitch.
Yep, that is a fact.
that is a fact.
We messed up the order of operations with this.
There we
the
go.
mic.
I'm gonna mute again because kids.
Sorry. There we go. My face is there now.
Just fill them with the maple candy and the poutine. They'll be fun.
Oberon started selling some goods. You'll notice that I've added some gold to your character sheets. One of the small batches of things were sold in that time. Isildan, Oberon, and Boscha meet. The Boscha the Shield Maiden go to the local jail, basically to lock up Boscha to make sure that she doesn't change, and if she does, that she's in a contained spot. She does not change. Presumably, either she never got lycanthropy because a male lycanthrope bit her, or she was healed by the Wolfsbane tea. Uker, however, does change, and with great effort scales out of the pit, a near impossible task for a mortal. Galeth and Lokrik manage to subdue Uker and send him drifting down to the bottom of the Moaning Well. Uker is exhausted and cannot scale it again when he recovers. Uker then begins a rigorous routine to tire himself out prior to evening fall. This keeps him for the next 2 days tired and trapped by the difficult wall of the well. Basically, he expends all of his rages and exhausts himself.
Try hard.
Yep. He's contained for the next couple of nights. Lemio and the Priestess of Skady manage to save 7 out of the 8 people infected in Kaloge. Ivy the 16th, Jotun Granner Masterwork Replica is complete. This is in the party treasure. So you guys have it with you if you want. It's something I forgot, but I noticed that
Perfect.
it was there.
Is it awkwardly heavy like it was supposed to be?
Yes.
I don't know why, but I feel we should squish a rabbit with it.
So,
I was actually having a similar thought. I was thinking as soon as we run into the orc princess or whatever, just have Uker throw it at her head.
So we'll say while it's masterwork quality, you need an 18 strength to wield it.
Done.
Done also, but
Like
okay.
it's just like
Yep.
it's got
It's just awkward.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you could write that down, whoever's carrying the Jotun Granner Masterwork replica, you can grab it from the party backlog. On Ivy the 20th, the party comes across the signs of burnt-out and razed dwarven farmsteads. On the road, the party meets Janica, a Lakelander druid, and her grandfather Jarko the Old Fish, who are headed towards Dvergholme to pay their respects to the King Without a Shadow. This is Lokrik's grandfather.
You forgot my phone call.
Lemio did some spying on... Yes. That was probably the 19th. I'll add that right now. Lemio scries upon Gemadri. She is safe in her garden.
Was as much as a phone call as some sort of weird hack.
Yeah, you scryed upon your betrothed, and she was planting nutrients.
Right, I didn't do the sending. I just did the scrying. I wanted to do a sending. I just didn't actually follow through with it. So I'll do it sometime.
You met these Lakelander, these pair of Lakelanders, an old man and his granddaughter.
Yeah.
Their way to get to Dvergholme is blocked, you learn, by a large invading force of Esclav tribesmen that were raiding hamlets and occupying the Old Dverg Road, or the Old Dwarven Road. Janica calls Lokrik the Coward King, as this is the rhetoric that is coming out of the invading army and the dwarves themselves. Apparently someone under the guise of Lokrik slew an important Esclav shaman and started the hostilities. In addition, Lokrik is believed to have run away from Dvergholme when things grew dangerous. For her sass, Uker dumps her out of the tree by uprooting it. And I've got a note here, Uker tree tugger.
I don't know if it was... I just thought that the tree was tired and it wanted to go to bed, so we would push it down and get it all... Yeah.
You wanted to scratch your back.
Seeing that the heroes were not hostile, the venerable Jarko joins the conversation. Jarko speaks of Galskap, the mad first raven of Odin, as the power behind the Witch of Ravens that leads the force of Esclav barbarians. They also learn that something is within the walls of Dvergholme killing dwarves from within. The Heroes of Aegis ask the druids to look after their animals for a while. They agree. It is on this next part that Lokrik begins to tell the story of what happened the winter before the Flash, shortly before you guys all met. He tells the party the story of the recent delvings into the tunnel forebode during the previous winter, following the machinations of his cousin Lodrum. He speaks of the bravery of his friends, Alogra Greengut, as played by Ahmed, Aless Lackland the Sculptor, as played by Adam, Raftanar Leadhead, as played by Mark, and Morgrim Granitehair, as played by John, who stood at his side. Lokrik speaks of the death of his cousin, Havgan Carrick Varn the Meek, at the hands of some murderous gremlins, and the death of two noble lady warriors as they were turned to ghouls by dangerous fume. He speaks of finding the vault of the Stell, where dwarven secrets were left behind. He speaks of a deeper chamber, once covered by rockfall, now made clear, unlocked by a wizard companion of Lodrum. There they found a horrible pit where something clawed its way out through stone to freedom over many decades. Immediately following their excursion, Lodrum attacked Lokrik while he was in his bathtub, with words of vengeance upon his lips. It was Lokrik, after all, who told Havgan to come with them to delve into the tunnels forebode, where his cousin met his untimely end. And yet again, in backstories, it is very unlucky.
If you're a cousin.
Don't be a cousin. don't be one.
Now, the thing is with cousin is, which cousin? Okay, so this is basically the story that that Lokrik is telling you guys, that the sort of events that led up to. And if you're interested in knowing exactly what happened, you can go back and watch episode 21, where we kind of did a flashback and played a bunch of dwarves in Dvergholme as a way of...
Confusion spells are bad. They're worse when you don't have enough hit dice over here.
Yes.
Oh, that was rough.
Yes, Ziggy Justice says, I hate being assaulted in my bathtub. Yeah, it's always a drag, man. It's always a drag. You got your bar of soap and, a back scratcher. It's not very much to defend yourself with. And your wits.
You need throw anything, and you'll be fine.
I don't use a bar soap. I use the bottle.
Yeah, it was pretty gruesome, wasn't it, Peppo?
I disconnected from Twitch. I think I need more bandwidth. So hopefully this is better. Yeah, sounds better. So
Okay. You might want to just pause the video, Ahmed, and just follow the chat. That way you can save your data.
good calls.
All right. So
Does.
here's the trail that they traveled up through the hills next to the Silverwood. Stonepick Hill was the first farmstead that they came across that was burned out. Somewhere in these hills is where they met the Druids, and they're finally now just the group of them, sons, animals, are coming across the edge of the Dwarven Road.
Let's kill everyone.
All right.
No wonder my kids are violent.
Sure.
For goodness!
Death for good.
So
This
We
holy
just-
genocide.
we just walk to front gate, go through and stop the problem in the dwarf. That is what we do.
I have a different suggestion. I say we just do it stealthily. Get to the front gates. What we can do is look at them from a distance, see what's actually over there, so we're prepared.
Marty,
Go
Yep.
do it and get through.
what map are we supposed to be on? Because they're all currently player visible.
Dverg Road is the one I'm going to force you to.
Okay.
Yeah, you might want to shut down some of the other ones.
Yep.
'Cause-
That is
Sorry.
a very scenic road.
That's an awesome road. Hey, so I think we just. So what was it, Lemmy?
Hold on. My suggestion is let's save our powers. Let's try to get there stealthily and only deal with the ones at the gates.
We don't want to show them any power. We are just travelers on our way. Although
With
we
a
might
dwarf.
want to put a bag over
You
or a
don't
cloak.
think you don't
on
think
dwarf.
they're gonna ask us? They're gonna ask us where you're going. We'll say Dwarfland. They'll give us a warning and say, "No, we want to enter anyways." It's not gonna fly, my
I
friend.
don't think we talk to them at all. Just knock them out and keep walking.
Then we're
Look with us. We can't just walk.
Hooker. I like your enthusiasm. Really, I do.
Well,
I wish life was that simple.
the last time the Dvergholme was attacked by druids, there will be many
They will see.
defenses, many crossbows and ballistas and nets that can be flung from the walls. We don't like birds in Dvergholme.
That's what Lokrik says.
What's wrong with birds? They're lovely.
Not when they're an army of druids, casting storms from their wing.
I think you just don't know your druids very well. Druids has always been good people.
So we probably
Lock
don't want to kill everybody because it is they were trickier. Lokrik did not kill their guy. Somebody else did.
How could I? I was with you.
Right.
Oh, that's 1d2 motorbikes. Give me a second. Oh, two of them.
It's two motorbikes.
Damn it. But no, here's the thing. When we get to the gate, we're not sure what's in there. So we don't want to get in there and then be half-powered and then have to fight something else.
We're not trying to fight. Lokrik, we're not trying to fight your.
This
people.
is an army. This is an army that slaughtered people that are not warriors. They don't care. They're gonna take what loot they have. They're trying to take our horses. Or our horse.
Marty,
How do you know? Many soldiers are there that don't take your horse.
You trying to ask a question, Mark?
yeah, did we actually see any evidence of like slaughtered dwarves or anything?
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
Yes.
they hacked
They
their
were beard
families.
scalped.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It was pretty brutal.
Whatever the chances, you have to assume you're dealing with the same type. They're all going to be bloodthirsty. That's what you have to assume.
I do not think we should allow them to simply let us pass after what they've done.
So you go to a new city. One person pick your gold from pocket. So all people in city are thief who pick gold from pocket.
All right, I'll tell you what. Sounds like you're
No,
not
but
following
anyone who's wearing a dwarven beard as a trophy is getting my axe.
Oh,
You gonna kill all your kinfolk?
I would
Shit.
agree.
I suck combat.
There's not a time for
Just
joking.
around
Azildin.
awkwardly on the back of the horse as he's holding on to Gallup, and he's trying to give you a look, but
So actually, question, Marnie, did we get a chance to rest since we met with the druids?
yes.
We did. Okay,
Yep.
We
great.
can't.
Yeah, you camped
Good.
with the druids.
Because I did my spells again, and I couldn't. Afterwards, I was like, "Oh crap! I don't know if we rested or not."
That's fine.
All right. So here's the thing. Okay, let's assume I'm a warrior. Go ahead. Hey, you! Halt! What are you doing here?
Uh,
Do you
Get
have a
off your
beard?
horse!
I keep walking.
Get off your horse!
Uh,
Everyone,
Go
go
fuck
collect. Go
business.
collect their weapons.
Uker starts motioning to the old the pump on the block of the head. Motion like a little dunk.
Right,
This.
right. There will be multiple ones, probably 15 to 20 or so, and they'll signal for others, and we'll be in the middle of a fight. We'll be in the middle of an army fighting the army. The
And
worst
if-
possible situation because we're in their land.
And if we no, we're not. We're in Dwarfland.
We're
if
in
they
Dwarfland.
attack us without provocation, then they forfeit.
I've got
Yes,
news
but-
for you. We're in the woods. You got druids. We're in their land.
Well, true. Yeah, this is not the best place. This is we're at a disadvantage right now.
Everything
think-
Uker see is Ukerland.
This is my this is my recommendation. Our advantage is stealth. They don't know we're here. Let's use it. Let's
It is
keep it.
Locrick's land, and we know it's Locrick.
This was once their land.
Lokert
They
says
know it.
uneasily.
Fair enough. Lands change, right? That's fine. That's part of nature. But my thing is this: I don't want us fighting when we don't need to. We're gonna fight them on our way out. That's for sure. But on our way there, we want to save lives, the dwarven lives. Let's get there as soon as possible. Let's use the element of surprise. It's what we have that they don't know. They don't know we're here.
We also have a Nuka.
We do,
Just
but that
walk-
means we fight.
there's fight and there's fight.
And the rest of us.
I'll leave it to you all. Either we get there and conserve energy, or we fight our way through. What is it? 10,000 men or the 1,000 men? Really, at that point, it doesn't matter.
If
Yeah.
they bring 1,000 men to fight, the problem is solved.
Like, look, 1,000 men is really not. Yes, you can throw the ochre solution, but that's what I'm saying. I'll leave it to you if you want to do through a vote, whether we use stealth, or whether we try to just walk through. It's completely up to you.
No disrespect to nothing, but Garrett is in a tin can. He can't be stealthy.
I have no mastery at stealth.
Galeth,
That's true.
Galeth is a rock inside of Tin Can.
That's true.
Following
But
down Castle Stair.
after we've slaughtered 30 of them, after we slaughtered 30 or 40 of them, they're gonna send druids. They're gonna send. I don't know what else they've got. Shamans, witches. I'm not sure.
So don't slaughter. Unless they have beard. Dwarf beard.
Doesn't
Or if they
matter.
attack us.
If this is a proper army, they're going to be communicating. If the consensus is we're going to go through, I'm fine with it. I'll support you as best as I can. But my recommendation is we shouldn't do it. Let's not fight if we don't need to. Let's save our time, our energy, and get there as soon as possible. And I suggest we fly, go invisible, and just deal with the folks at the door, not the entire army.
We still have a long way to travel before we get close.
Even
Well,
if we do that, what happens when we leave? Will their army not be waiting for us on the other side?
Well, when we get out, we're not. I'm not worried about the dwarves dying at that point. We can just
What-
open the door and go ahead, Euchre. Do your
What are
thing.
you talking about? When we leave, we'll have solved all of their problems, and they'll hail us as heroes. Ha ha! Because that's what we are.
Well, when we leave the dwarves, when we leave Locrick's home, his kingdom, and the army's still outside, we can use your solution. Definitely take those down with the beards.
But they were Trick. The army is here because of Trick.
I'm worried
Yeah.
more about what is killing the dwarves inside the town.
I agree. I say we should move there as soon as possible. This is only going to delay us.
But fighting druids, that is a serious thing.
This is not. I'm telling you right now. You tell me there's more than one druid, and it's a powerful one. We're going to be very disadvantaged.
When an army stands between you and where you must be, it is not up to you whether or not you have to fight.
It is
They
up to
make
you
that
how you
decision.
get around them. It is up to you how you get around them. Your goal is the same. Your direction is what you choose. Whether you choose to get there fast, or whether you choose to fight everyone in front of you and take forever and get there.
We can
is-
only fly. We can only fly for so many minutes a day. That's it. Minutes.
Not true. You can use something called airwalk.
That sounds vaguely familiar.
Air,
As
airwalk.
Ahmed's teaching Mark how to use cleric spells, is that?
Cleric and
I've been a
druid.
cleric for 2 years in a past campaign, so
So airwalk will
Doesn't
last
check his
for
spells.
airwalk will last for an hour. We cast it on the right folks. I don't need it.
What you mean, the
Euchre?
right folks?
Not everybody will need it.
This will hide us from their eyes.
This will give us flight. Will give us. You can traverse the ground. You can traverse the air as if it was ground.
So.
But how will that help us against men who can turn into birds?
It will. We'd only have to deal with those up there. But invisibility. He looks at Oberon.
What?
Oberon, if you can keep that going
Oberon's
on all
here.
of us, if you can keep that going on all of us, then we'd
Where's
be
his
able to
tokens?
traverse a large area.
Psst. Hey, what happens if you got this spell on and you trip?
That would be very unlikely.
What,
Don't
like over a
trip.
cloud?
What's that? I trip over Uka.
Then you fall down. Who
No,
can stay
fall.
standing?
Yeah, but would I fall and hit like air ground, or would I
You wouldn't
fall?
You wouldn't fall. It's just
I believe between myself and Lokrik that we could
you have
turn
that
many
spell.
of
You
us
can cast
invisible.
it. You know what that spell does.
It would be rather expensive to do, however. It is too bad that I did not have the time to prepare or learn an invisibility sphere.
That would have been a lot more economical. Yes, I agree. I don't have that. I don't have that ability in my.
I totally forgot you brought your wizard on this adventure.
Yeah.
We need to get him. We need to do something mythic with him to catch him up.
Yes.
We have to get in front of something mythic and then have him do the thing while we all pretend.
Just kind of
that
like
we're
push him towards the...
Push him
Have
towards the
Ukrik-
mythic thing. What?
Have Ukrik just throw Oberon at the mythic thing.
If we use Oberon as a projectile,
Let
Put
me
him and fire him from a sling.
see. He can cast.
Thanks, Zig Justice. Thank you, sir. Very kind of you.
He can cast 6 invisibilities easily.
Easily, but how long does it
7
last?
if he has
10
to.
minutes?
he
The
will,
invisibility is 10 minutes per level.
No.
It'll last 7 minutes.
he will need 10 for one person. We have
Um,
7 people, so we need 70 invisibility spells.
Lockrick, you know your land's the best. What do you suggest we do? Is it possible that we can airwalk part of the way and then... also, we should do this at night. We should do this airwalking thing at night. That way, we can avoid most of the invisibility up until we get to the gates.
It'll take us more than a day to walk the Dwarven Road.
Traveling
That's
at
true.
night is a bad idea. Too easy to be ambushed.
Not unless
is it
we're
not
airwalking.
one day by foot?
I can prepare... I
Is
Is
can
it like 30 miles or?
Okay,
Let
hold
me
on.
just check the map. It'll mean reloading. Give me a second.
airwalk. I can do 1, 2. I can do 7 airwalks a day, and we only need to put it on the horse.
So I
You can
hold on.
cast it.
Hold
If
on.
you're
You can
going
cast-
nuts, you can just put it on the Ukr.
Hold on.
Yes.
So the reason we're doing this is to avoid using our power.
So we're
And
going to
the
use
way
all of
to
our
do it
power.
is use
It's to
all our power.
avoid. No, actually, no. You guys aren't. I would.
So here's where you guys are. You're about to hit the
Fresh.
edge of the Dwarven Road. You see my pointer,
Yep.
and then there's 1, 2, 3 hexes
so it's
through
36
hills
miles.
and mountains.
Okay.
Lokrik
So
is-
36 miles at 1 hour of travel per day is going to take a while.
All right, then if it's not feasible, if it's faster just to get there.
Lokrik's saying that it'll
Right
take you
through?
2 days to walk through the mountains.
Let's just follow
From
the
here.
road.
Just walk.
Follow the road.
And
If we
walk.
encounter,
Try not to kill people.
as is, you know.
The typical standard every day. I'm trying to.
We
I leave
only
the house. I
need
try
to
not to
put-
kill people. You know.
We could get about 3 hours of airwalk. And a half. 3.5 hours of airwalk.
We might want to do airwalk when we get much closer, but it still means the likelihood that we're going to run into an army, or at least parts of it.
Who here can see in the night at the dark? Raises his hand, or raises his. Actually, yeah, I can see in the dark.
You can if you wild shape. You just-
I am.
Yeah, there's a certain. Yeah.
Right, so most of us can see in the dark. That's why I suggest we do this at night.
I can't
They-
see in the dark.
Neither can I.
No.
But we're not going to be invisible at that time. You can follow at the ones in front of you.
Perhaps we should have somebody scout ahead.
Yeah, I could do that. That's very doable.
Lobron's actually looking at Zildon.
Yeah, alright.
And then perhaps you can scout in the sky ahead.
I can cover as Azuldan.
Yes. That might work.
Perfect.
If you,
let me know when you're ready.
If you encounter danger, Azuldan, shoot an arrow back towards us.
It hits me, kills me right on the spot.
If I put a red arrow into them, I'm okay. If it's a blue arrow, I'm in trouble.
If Lemmy's body lands behind us.
Lemmy. Oh.
Actually, let's remember our spells, our light spells. Here, cast a light
Are
on
you
the
sure you're
rock.
gonna do it right this time?
Cast a light on a piece of wood.
Yep.
And the light on a rock. If the light on the rock goes out, that means I'm in trouble. If the light on the wood is out, means we're both in trouble.
He looks at it. You see him rehearsing the instructions in his head, and then he's got both the light.
How many do I have?
Remember, you have to check in every hour.
Well, I'll do it for now. I mean, how long will this last? 70 minutes?
Yep.
Light spell,
Okay.
light cast.
So you guys are traveling along the road. There's a nice picture that kind of typifies what the road is. Like, it's a really old stone road that's kind
That's
of overgrown
awesome.
with nature. For this adventure, you'll notice I've done a lot of isometric maps. I got really bored when I was doing prep of doing the top-down.
Cool. We like those. Those are fun.
Okay, so Oberon, Uker, Lokrik, and Galith are kind of in behind. Azildan, you're going scouting ahead. Are you
Yeah.
stealthing while moving?
Yes, he is.
Okay, so you're running through the wilderness stealthing. I'm just going to use your...
We got awesome ninja hippie.
I'm just over large periods of time. I'm just going to use your passive stealth. Treat it like a passive.
Okay, yeah. Perception, yeah.
Yeah, and my passive stealth for you right now is you have a plus 20 on your stealth.
No.
Oh, that's your perception. Plus 15.
Yeah, plus 15.
Okay, so a passive stealth of 25 is pretty fucking pimp.
But I have to move at a slow pace of 30.
You were moving as fast as a normal man while stealthing through the wilderness.
Yes.
All right. So let's say Lemio, because Ahmed, are you there? He turns into a bird or an elemental. We'll ask him when he gets back.
They'll turn into an elemental, please.
Okay.
I don't like getting critted.
And are you staying above the forest and kind of looking ahead?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay above Azuldan.
Okay. It's you've hit the Dwarven Road and you're traveling up it. And Azildan, how far ahead of the party are you staying?
He'll get a good half mile ahead of them.
Okay, so half mile is. We can actually model this in map tools. Half mile is 2,600 feet or something like that.
Yeah.
Make it 26 squares.
Okay, I'm not going to model.
Square's 100.
That's 400 feet away. That's good, but we could actually model it in map tools
So
if we really wanted
make
to.
one square equal 100 feet.
Zildin, you notice it up in the road up ahead, and you're hiding behind this rock. Lemio, you were following Zildin, and then you saw that there's a group of men and horses and animals kind of up ahead, so you're kind of like circling around up like above the tree line. These guys don't see you, but they're standing in the road. And let me. They've got battle axes, heavy wooden shields, studded leather armor, and they're speaking a language you don't understand. I don't think you speak Esclav, right?
No. Alright.
Did you want my passive stealth, Marty, or
Nope. You actually see from above, Lemio, that these guys are standing in the road ahead, but there's a small encampment of people and soldiers. This is not exactly how they're standing, but this is what you see kind of a little bit further down the road around the corners. Lemio also sees that there are some archers camped up in the woods just off to the side here. I am going to place them. They're kind of like hiding in trees and kind of sitting down in the grass. Some of them are quietly talking. It looks like they've set up an ambush along the road.
how far away is Azildin? Like, can I get to Azildin?
Yeah, Azildin is probably, we'll say, like 40, 50 feet away from these guys that are talking.
Does he look like he's stealth?
Yeah, he's hiding behind this rock. And you do see that this guy right here, he's got long hair. He's dressed in leathers. He's got a
Which guy?
He's got this guy. And he's got the same style of barding on his elk that Danekinder has.
Long hair, wearing leathers, riding. He's a biker.
1d2.
He's in a gang.
When the two Hills Angels show up.
Oh no.
So has
Sons of
Azildin slowed
anarchy.
down?
What's that?
Has Azildin slowed down?
Yeah, Azildin's got his bow out, and he's just listening to these two guys talk in a strange tongue. You're hovering above the tree line. It's kind of covering your movement a little bit, but you're stealthing amongst the trees.
Okay.
Zildin, what are you doing?
He's going to creep around the camp to see exactly how big this camp is.
Okay, so you end up creeping around this way. I'm gonna roll some secret stealths or secret spot checks.
Perception.
The two guys that are alert are the ones 25. Yeah, they can't beat that with distance. And then the guys that are in the camp are kind of like not on alert, so they're at -4s. So -4 in distance, no, you're a ghost in the trees. You do see that there are 10 men, 2 guys with horses, and a guy with an elk that are in this campment, kind of a little bit further back. They're just off the side of the road. It doesn't look like they have a lot of provisions. It doesn't look like they have tents or anything like that. It does look like they're taking a knee.
Okay.
Zildin, give me a perception check. This is active. So
Okay. Oh, I'll do it on Twitch.
cool.
I haven't even loaded ILC.
These archers, the DC to see them would be. They're sitting down.
Okay, I'm
Like-
an Ahmed King set. Oh, that's my problem.
20.
How do you roll in Twitch? /roll.
No, just how you roll in the chat. It's the same commands as Mibit.
Oh yeah, can we just test roll? Oh, cool.
Which? Okay. What the hell?
What in the goddamn hell?
Okay, I'm on Ahmed's hosting DieDragonDie. What the hell?
Oh, okay. Go to the
You
top.
need to
and
go to
say-
actual DieDragonDie.
Yeah, you're host. You're going on mine. So go to the. It should say Ahmed is hosting a DieDragonDie. Click on that,
There we
and
go.
it'll. Yeah.
You restreaming bastard.
I'm streaming.
All right, he gets a 29.
Yeah. Okay. So you see these guys. You see them camped out in the trees off to the side.
Okay.
They've got composite longbows.
All right. And it just looks like they're just resting for a little bit. And
It does look like they're resting for a little bit. Yep.
all right.
Mm-hmm.
Azildan's gonna, once he's got an idea of how big this camp is.
Yeah. You see
Yeah.
map tool?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
He's going to double back to the group
Sure.
to guide them around the camp, so we can avoid any incident.
All right. So Azildan starts to head back. Are you doing anything, Lemmy?
No, I'm going to follow him. Now, quick question. There is a spell called Locate Object. Do I have to have a familiarity with that object? Locate.
Depends on how you want to use it, but you can just say, I want a pickaxe, and it'll find you the nearest pickaxe.
I want to pick something unique on the druid riding the elk.
Look at it.
Yeah. So, range is 400 feet. Okay. Shut up for a second.
Attempting to find a certain item requires a specific and accurate mental image.
Right. So I wanna like memorize one of the items on the guy, whether it's his circlet or his. He's gotta have something weird, like a weird locket on him, or a weird necklace, or something unique on him.
Let me just take a glance at what he's
Sure.
carrying. He's got a very, very intricately carved and runed masterwork club.
Okay.
Kind of this
Okay.
gnarled old piece of oak that's been runestone or runes have been carved into it, and then it's got a certain sheen. It's recognizable.
Okay. Does he look strong?
He looks like a man that's in his 50s. He doesn't
Okay.
look particularly strong. He looks fit.
Okay, got it. Okay, cool. What's his strength?
Like a lean fit would be the way I describe it.
Detect stats. Okay, cool. I book it and head back with Azzy.
Okay.
Azzy.
All right. So you catch up with Azzy before you hit the party because they're so far back.
Yep.
As he's sneaking back and doubling back to down the road towards the party,
Yeah.
Lemio, you kind of cyclone in beside him in your air elemental form. Do
Yeah.
you guys say anything?
Did you catch that? I counted 12, like 12 weird. Were they barbarians? What are they called? Just 12 warriors and a couple of archers, and two horsemen and another one on an elk. I think he's a druid.
Oh, I saw him.
Right.
We're gonna have to
Did
keep
we
our
see
distance from.
Right, Marty. Did we see what direction they were going in? Like they were resting, right? No tents, so they were coming from somewhere and likely going somewhere else. So
They were generally facing the way that you were coming.
they were facing the way we were coming. Okay, I believe that they're coming the way that we came. They're coming in our direction. They're heading in our direction.
It felt like a good place for an ambush for them.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep a distance and move around.
Okay.
All right,
So you're just going to go around the patrol that they've set up.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
didn't say this, but I prepare. So I'll cast it now when I get back to the party. But I prepare pass without trace. So I'll cast it now. I didn't say it earlier. So
Okay. So you catch up with the party, and then Lemio casts a spell on you guys. How many targets does it affect?
everybody here. It affects 6 people. Give me a sec. Pass without trace is 1 per level, I think.
And you don't have to do
one
yourself,
creature
right?
per level. No.
Do druids get pass without trace for free? Is that
Yep.
I think so. Yeah.
trackless step?
Yeah. Now it lasts for 7 hours. Also, how many people need the endure elements? I need to put that in my list. I am casting 3. Me and two other guys. I can't remember. It was Galith and his horse. Does Oberon and Lokrik need one?
Oberon does not. Lokrik will take one.
Lokrik will take one. Okay,
All right. So you go around this patrol, and then do you keep on traveling overland, like away from the road, or are you going to go back onto the road and then continue?
We'll go back
down?
onto the road, and Azildan will go back to scouting ahead.
Okay. Let's say that 1d2 or 1d3 minus 1 patrols are.
No.
You sidetrack one more patrol, approximately the same size. This patrol didn't have a druid, but given that you are like the best spies given this terrain, you easily detect the enemy and then move around them before. Given that you guys are not making any tracks, and you're staying about a mile behind or half a mile behind, it's plenty of time to move off the road. The next thing that you guys encounter, and this is like really late in the day, first it's the smell that hits you. There's something rotten up ahead. And then you start to see what looks like an old stone house, like built by giants, perhaps, because of the size of the doorways. And the smell is coming from the house.
Lovely.
It smells like churned compost.
Okay.
Azildan will go have a quick look first.
Okay. So the party is basically further down the road, and Azildan and Lemio, you're a little bit higher this time because the trees have sort of subsided a little bit. You're trying to stealth. And Azildan actually gets there first. Give me a perception check, Azildan.
Oh, I'll do it in Twitch again.
Or somebody can give Azildan a roll.
20.
Yeah. The next roll for Lemmy, people can roll. Someone on Twitch can roll for Lemmy.
Oh, Mark beat you. So 28. Okay, so inside this large chamber in the lower part of the house where a wall had long ago collapsed, you notice that the refuse pile is piled high, like all sorts of mulch, and you can see the mulch is moving. Like the huge dump truck pile of like wagon loads of mulch is moving slightly. Like the whole pile is moving, as if something's in it. You do see that there are men that are lining the tops of the walls, and you get the sense that there are a lot of people up here. There's a couple of them. There's this big staircase that leads down. This is a staircase hidden by a lip, and there are a couple of archers that are down here, and you can see a couple of men standing guard by this one doorway. They look apprehensive though. They look like they're really worried about something.
It's almost like they know we're coming.
A little bit of garbage falls off the garbage pit, and they kind of jump at that, and their axes are out.
Okay. Shit. Let's see what I can do. Azildan wants.
Are they wearing beards? I mean, I don't mean their own.
You do not see any beards amongst them. Like they've got beards, some of them, but you don't see any scalped dwarf beards. And Lemmy, you get a better sense of how many people are on the outside. There are 3 elks here that are tied up around back. You don't see their druids, but you could probably take a guess that they might be the chieftains or leaders.
Azildan wants to try to.
Are they 3 large elks?
They have 3 large elks. Yeah.
Azildan wants to basically snipe the garbage pile.
Okay. Are you attacking just some of the random garbage at the bottom? Are you attacking in the middle? Are you attacking the top?
In the middle.
Are you attacking where you think the thing is moving?
Yep.
Okay. How close are you sniping?
Yeah, I'll be as far away as I can, to be honest.
Okay. Well, I'm going to ask the question again. How far away are you?
100 feet.
Okay, that sounds reasonable. So 100 feet from the entrance.
Yeah.
You're kind of like out in the woods over here, and you're kind of through some trees, and you're like, "Yep, you can see the pile moving."
Yep. And he will. Oh, let me check something first. It's been so long since I fired my bow without using deadly aim. There we go. Okay. AC 28.
Oh, 28 at 100 feet?
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. It's in your first range increment, right?
Yep.
I believe sniping, you make a stealth check at a minus 20.
Okay. -5. Got a 13.
Okay, so you're currently stealthed at 13 after sniping. You kind of duck back behind a fallen log. And roll damage for this. As you did strike something, and it's now thrashing about and coming out of the
There we go.
coming out of the trash pile.
Shit monster. Is it an Odiag? Copy an Odiag! Sorry.
No, it is a giant rotting plant mass with bits of metal armor in it.
Okay, so glad this wasn't
It's
us.
a mound of something that's shambling around.
It's shambolic.
What is the name for this thing?
He did 8 damage.
Okay.
I don't know if there's any DR on this.
No,
thing.
no, the arrow's sticking out of it, and it just comes out. The soldiers are all freaking out, and I think does it see you? Give me a second.
Distance.
Yeah. So distance modifier to it coming out. You're still 100 feet away, and then its perception check is. Oh. Really? Okay, plus 11. So you've got a
Skill guys
20. You've
in
got a
front of you.
23 right now, with you after your snipe.
Yeah.
It gets a 13. It's just coming out of the garbage pile, and there's all sorts of chaos. Lemio, are you doing anything? You're
no
flying
need
around
right now.
high up.
Yeah, no need right now. How many hours has it been, by the way, since we first? How many hours is it into my wild shape?
Probably 6.
6 hours. So I have another hour left.
Yep.
Okay, in my first one, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, the thing's coming out, and it's sort of running amok, and there's a bunch of chatter. These warriors disappear into the house, like they back away. They're screaming, or yelling in their tribal tongue. These archers are looking down, like what's going on? Let's see if they see the arrow sticking out of the beast.
Marty, do you have an actual map for this, or are we just doing this off the top of our heads?
No, we're on a map.
It's
It's called
on a
Giant
map.
Stone House in the Woods.
Okay.
Are you
It's a
not?
giant stone house in the woods.
Yep. I will force you guys there. Okay. They're pointing down at the rotting mass, but they don't seem to be coming out to get you, Azildan. Lemia, what are you doing? You taking an action or not?
Yeah, can you stealth me above the great elk? Like I want to stealth to be like say 60 feet above the great elk.
Okay. So you're above these elks that are sort of tied up.
What's
in
the range
forest.
of my summoning again?
Eagles.
About 60 feet. It's about 60
All right.
feet.
Next round, Azildan, are you doing anything? This thing is just
No,
basically flailing its tentacles around, and it You're not sure.
He's waiting to see what chaos it causes.
Okay.
Hopefully, if there's other people hidden, they come.
Yeah. So you're watching to see what chaos it causes. Yes, there are more. Everyone kind of in the building is now poking their head out to see what the hell's going on. And rushing out of this stone building